It's your boy, Church Boy. I hope y'all having a blessed day today.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Church Boy V. I'm outside on my way to church, but I wanted to make this quick video. I've been watching, I've been hearing and watching videos about the NBA player that made the Instagram post or went Instagram live, and he spoke, and I actually seen the video. Cause I ain't seen the video for like a day or two, but I was hearing different commentators, different podcasts calling the dude crazy, calling him mentally ill. Said he was having like hate speech and this and that. So I'm like, what did he say? And then the other day I was watching Kwame Brown live, and he was talking about it a little bit, and he was saying some Christians talked about it, but nobody really said nothing. I'm like, what did he say? So I actually watched it for myself, and I stand with this NBA brother. And he said a lot of facts, a lot of things that was in the Bible, a lot of things that was true, and something I didn't even realize the NBA was doing, because I don't watch sports like that. I don't got no TV or nothing at home. I mean, I don't got no cable or nothing like that at home, so if I do watch sports, it's gonna be a highlight, so ESPN. So I haven't watched no games or nothing, so I really don't know what's going on in most of the sports unless it's football. But he was talking about how the NBA are with the alphabet people, LGBTQ. He was talking about different athletes not being faithful and stuff like that, and how the NBA promotes sinful stuff and whatnot. And I was like, you know what? A lot of these sports do that. So it could be true. So I'm like, he didn't say nothing crazy. He said stuff that was in the Bible. And one of the dudes on the podcast actually was quoting stuff like out in the Bible. Say he brought up Matthew, not the Ivory dude, but one of the dudes on the podcast. The dude on the podcast say Matthew 22, I think, verses 29 to 31, something like that. But he talks about loving God with all your heart, body, mind, soul, spirit, and loving your neighbor as yourself. And I was thinking, if you go to Galatians, Paul talks about different sin that ain't gonna make it to the kingdom. There's different things. If you pass Matthew, you look in the Bible that the brother was talking about is actually biblical and actually true. So he couldn't be hateful. It ain't like he was saying he gonna harm somebody from that group or like talking reckless. He was talking about the Bible. And the thing of it is, we as followers of Christ, as Christians, we got to stand with this brother. He was right. He was speaking the truth. But the thing is, if you speak the truth, hey, people gonna hate. The world gonna hate it because it ain't what the world is living by. The word of God gonna offend the world. The word of God is gonna ruffle feathers. But who cares? Because we serve the God that have all power in His hands. We serve the God that owns the whole world, that created the whole world. So the young brother from the NBA, he stood firm, and he did make a response video after the backlash, but there was a lot of people that agree with him, a lot of people that stand by him. So I just applaud him. I'm with him to the NBA, saying some things the NBA do support LGBTQ and whatnot, and I'm sure there are NBA players that cheating on their wife and living in different sinful lifestyles and whatnot, but I just say, hey, to the young brother, Ivory, keep your head up, continue trusting God, and I think he was right. He was speaking the truth. I mean, to be honest, he was speaking the truth, and it wasn't like he was bashing somebody or, like they say, hated. He was after he was formed a hate group or whatnot, and the NBA fired him. So that just shows who the NBA is. Cause they worry about their sponsors and NBA players that say they follow Christ and Christian. They ain't say nothing that I know of. So it shows who they behind. They worry about their money. They worry about getting backlash. So it just shows. It shows a lot. This shows a lot about the NBA and those that so-called call themselves Father Christ. That they ain't speak up or they ain't stand for this brother. That they didn't rally around him, or they didn't, try to defend him or nothing like that. So it just shows them so-called Christian, the Christian brothers and sisters that are afraid to speak what this brother was speaking, because he was speaking straight Bible. So you can't complain. You can't complain with that. And then it's like, ain't like he had hatred or anything. Ain't like he was specifically talking about he was saying names and stuff. So I think he was. I can't remember. But thing is, what are the so-called Father Christ in the NBA? What are those the NBA that wrongfully did this brother wrong? So that's just my little take on it, because he was speaking facts. It wasn't like he was saying crazy stuff. He was speaking facts, and shame on those that came against him. Pray that they get their life in order and they do better. Because somebody in the NBA, somebody should have stood up for this brother like we is today. So y'all bless him. I'm out.